Do you want to start a business someday? Work in sales first. What's going on, everyone? It's Mateo, your host of the SalesDevSquad podcast. And in this episode, we'll cover a little bit more about why landing a job in sales is actually the perfect segue into starting your own business. Stay tuned. According to entrepreneurial.com, 15% of CEOs in the Fortune 500 have had a background in sales. After all, really what running a business means is being able to effectively do sales and marketing for your business, whether that be a product, a service. These fundamental sales and marketing skills that you'll develop as an SDR, as an individual sales rep, will absolutely help you if you want to one day start your own business or be your own CEO one day. And there are 5 key things that you need to learn from a sales role that will turn you into a fantastic entrepreneur. Reason number 1, dealing with clients, dealing with people, right? In a sales role, you're going to deal with prospects. A prospect is an individual that has not yet signed on the dotted line for your company. They are not a paying client. They are only a prospective client. You're dealing with these sort of people at a high level every single day, convincing them, showing them the value of your service, the value of your product. Now, granted, when you're an individual sales rep, you don't really own the company. You don't really concur any of the risk that maybe a CEO has when they are investing and starting their own company. And granted, mind you, your job is simply only to sell, right? But at the core of really what a CEO does is to always be selling their company to prospective employees, to prospective clients and customers, right? This idea of talking to people, having conversations, doing discovery, learning more about their background, seeing how your product or service meshes into their workflow and ecosystem, right? This ability to build conversations, build relationships in a business setting is something that all CEOs, if not all founders, do currently, should do, right? You're always selling something, right? At the end of the day, your product, your service, yourself, your company, your values, right? And again, when you are in sales, you're dealing with clients, customers, prospects. You're dealing with people on a daily basis. So those things will never change. Reason number 2, industry knowledge and networking. I listened to a really cool podcast the other day, and they mentioned that some of the most successful sales reps have simply been doing what they've been doing in their industry for years, to the point where they understand their buyer persona, their customer, their prospects so much more because they've lived in their shoes and they understand the ecosystem in which their prospects live in, right? And some of the most successful sales reps, successful CEOs understand their industry, and they want to know more about their industry, and they want to be a leader in their industry, and they are a great networker in their industry, right? This never changes, especially if you want to be a founder or a CEO that is going to be really memorable one day. If you want to make an impact, if you want to be a leader one day, you really have to be a subject matter expert in your industry and be the best networker that you possibly can, right? Great sales reps are constantly doing that, and great CEOs do that, and that's probably why they start businesses, because they see a problem in industry that they're really passionate or really knowledgeable about. Reason number 3, hard work never stops. In sales, it's a grind. There's ups and downs, and to be honest with you, not a lot of people want to get into sales because they're not willing to put in the work, right? To someone that's not in sales, looking into sales as a career, it just doesn't seem like something that they want to consider, because they know it's hard. It's gonna take time. It's a process. It's challenging. It's difficult. It pushes you out of your comfort zone, right? These are things that people tend to stay away from if they don't have to, right? And some of the best CEOs and founders, aren't really looking for a 9-to-5 job that can pay the bills, right? They're always seeking discomfort. They're always seeking challenges. They're always grinding and working hard. And I'm not here to promote some sort of like hustle culture, right? But the bottom line is, both roles require a heavy amount of hustle, commitment, hard work, right? Granted, you can still work smarter and harder, but there's no substitute for hard work at the end of the day. Reason number 4, rejection. This is pretty obvious. Sales reps constantly deal with rejection on a daily basis. And, as a CEO, you're probably going to experience even more rejection, right? Rejection from peers who you share ideas with, rejection from competitors, rejection from, initial clients who may not believe in your idea or your business, right? Those two things never go away, right? If we are afraid to fail and we don't believe in what we're doing, then there really is no point about you becoming a CEO and starting your own business, right? Some of the best CEOs are ones that are really passionate about what they do, and it's okay if certain people don't align with their values or they don't see the value in what they're doing, because at the end of the day, if they see value in what they're doing and they want to tackle problems head on, and they know that they can't please everyone and not everyone's going to see eye to eye with them. Same thing with the sales rep role. I mean, you're reaching out, cold calling people. Odds are not everyone that you call or reach out to is going to be a buyer or someone who's interested right now, right? Obviously, that's a different conversation, but the idea is that we're always constantly facing rejection, whether you're a sales rep or a CEO. Last but not least, reason number 5, pipeline and playing the long game. Similar to content marketing strategies and just building brands, it's always a long play, especially in an SDR role. When I started my first SDR role, it took me a couple of months to build my pipeline. My pipeline is essentially, the seeds that I'm planting with potential customers out there. And the same goes for a business. A business is not born overnight. Uber was not born in one day. Maybe the idea of it was born one day, but it's gone through so many transformations and iterations of what it initially started off as an idea, and it takes time for things to evolve, right? And so at the end of the day, sales is always about the long play, especially being a business owner, being a CEO. Everything that you do, whether you're starting your business tomorrow, yesterday, or you started it a year ago, we don't see results instantly. It's always a long play, and as long as you're taking steps every single day to make an impact in your community, provide value to your clients and prospects, you're playing the long game, you're planting those seeds, you're providing value, and over time, we tend to see those people have success. Fun fact, I started SDS about a year ago with just a simple idea in mind that we wanted to help other SDRs. I felt that there wasn't enough adequate training, development, motivation, inspiration for the field of sales development, and I quite frankly think SDRs sometimes don't get the respect that they deserve. And so I took a risk, and obviously I'm still working and learning along the way, but what's been really cool about this journey is, I'm learning about sales development, and this is absolutely applicable to what I'm doing right now with SDS, learning how to build relationships with people, whether that's clients, prospects, students, trainers, right? Being an industry expert, learning everything that I can, trying to, share with you guys all of the expertise that we've learned from other sales leaders through our podcast episodes. Everything that I'm doing as an SDR is absolutely applicable to starting your own business. So if this is something that's interesting to you, at least learning a little bit more about what it takes to be an SDR, learning some soft and hard sales skills, feel free to check our description down below. We have a link to our sales leadership training course. Feel free to check that out. We also have our website, SalesDevSource.com. If you guys have enjoyed any of our video content so far, I would please ask of you to please hit that subscribe button so we can continue to push out a lot of great content for you. And if you have any feedback on how we can improve or better serve you, please let me know. SalesDevSquad, I hope you enjoyed this video series on how to get into sales. We will continue to push out amazing content for you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.